Hi, it's Dr. Jim, Five Parks Chiropractic. We're going to kind of continue our conversation on your new patient experience. Earlier, I recorded a video that talks about your day one or your examination and consultation experience. On this video, we're going to talk about day two, which is basically your reported findings, explaining, that scientific, nerdy, but hopefully understanding way of what exactly is going on with you, especially your concerns or your child's concerns, and how we might be able to assist you with that, with your future needs. So one of the things that's really, really important for me on the day two is that you are kind of prepared for it. Meaning that if you are coming to me for pregnancy, I really have great passion that your partner's with you. If obviously it's your child I'm taking care of, the information might be a little technical, and I also have other reasons, but we'll just talk to mom and or dad without the child in the room. If it's just for your own concerns, say it's something with your bowels or respiratory or even back or neck pain, these are still really, really good visits for you to have a spouse or a partner with you, even a good friend, kind of somebody that loves you and cares for you. So there's a reason for that. Is that, well, the old adage is that, two heads is better than one. I kind of get it. If we go to the male and female equation, it's really important that females really know that they're heard, that they're understood, that they kind of get a sense that you're listening. You know what males need? We're a lot simpler. We just need to know what to do. So a lot of times I'll make sure that the male has a to-do with the female. And if the female is in the room and she hears her partner or sees her partner or spouse listening, she kind of knows, he knows what's going on. This is how we can fill that part of the boat so that we have really much more success going down the road. It's really, really important that you are invested in the outcome, the successful outcome of this, and really what we're looking for and what approach we have to your success. If you're invested in that through information and knowledge and action and commitment, it's going to work. You're going to get there. With children, I treat them a little different, a little more special, if you will. I don't want children to come here and think they're getting fixed. Now, there are times that we're trying to resolve challenges, and so I might even establish code with mothers, sign languages or facial expression that means that we're trying to resolve an issue, but I'm not verbalizing it out loud to the 2-year-old. I want them to have an experience that feels like somebody's taking care of them, yes, so they're looking at that, the positive, the uplifting side of care, but they're not worried about the diagnosis or the concern. So we don't let that completely go between moms and dads and myself, and even sometimes with the children we have to talk about those, but I keep that on the very, very minimum. So on our day two, we're going to make sure that you understand literally the why. And if we were very, very good in our day one, we looked at the cause, the root cause, what you went through, then we're going to have an understanding of why as I explain it, and then we're going to look at outcome and success. But without this journey being kind of laid out really clear, it's hard for the human equation because we're kind of, you can't see the forest despite the trees. Or another good analogy is that you don't really know what you've lost until you get it back. We're so distracted by media and by so much in our life that we can kind of forget what happened a month or two ago. We're just kind of really mostly focusing on right now almost all the time. So I want to lay this out in a clear, unified direction. So this journey as you go through, you're finding your own success and you're rejoicing in that own success. You're saying, yeah, this is really working. And I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. I'm engaged. I'm committed to this success. When you get right down to it, my job for your success is pretty small. Your job is pretty big. So I want you to know that our relationship is built on me trying to understand neurological deficits so that your body can assimilate and it can form and it can heal and recover and also perceive its own environment so it finds its own success. Your job, which is 24/7, 365, i.e. a lifestyle, is how you eat, think, and move. After that, it kind of becomes sometimes specialized, but really that's the essence of us finding our own success. So on a day two, we sit down. It takes about a half hour. And I go through all the information. It's quite detailed. Everything is in written form. You get a little folder to take when you're done. And I literally try not to leave any questions unanswered. And keep in mind, since I've got over 30 years of experience, I will answer questions that you didn't even know to ask. So I lay all this out. I want you to get a sense of what we're doing. I also want to diminish the anxiety of maybe a little too sciencey, a little too nerdy. I promise I can explain the most complicated things in a very user-friendly way. I use parables, I use examples. I get it to where you get it. You understand why I'm adjusting here or adjusting there or suggesting this, what have you, so that you can kind of connect the dots for yourself. It's also a day where you get your first adjustment, your first experience. So on this day, we actually perform the first adjustment. We explain to you very, very clearly why I'm doing what I'm doing. If you've never been adjusted before, I promise you I've had numerous high compliments that I take that first adjustment very slow, very, very serious, very respectful. You are supposed to have some anxiety on your first adjustment. If you don't, I'll worry about you. You're supposed to be, is this guy really good at what he does? So I respect that. I respect that a lot. So I want you to know that I take a gentle approach, but I'm a get it done kind of guy, and I'm a bit impatient, and I really have super high hopes. I'm an optimist outside of the glass kind of person. So I don't minimize the work that we're gonna do on day one, but I listen and I take my time and I respect your emotions, because every visit builds upon each one. And so to get success, we gotta go through the first day, of course. Now, during this same day of day 2, this reported findings, we will lay out a care plan for you. We'll lay out what we need to do in the future to help you find success. Chiropractic is not about an adjustment to resolve neck pain on day 1. It's just not. I know there's a little bit of that out there in the understanding of individuals. There's been some misinformation given over the years, but look at chiropractic like anything in your life that is high quality. You can't just have a good meal and call that good nutrition. You can't just have a nice, healthy conversation with somebody and call that good communication. You can't even do anything in your life that doesn't have consistency if to produce something of value. It just doesn't work that way. You don't parent on one day and you're done. It's a lifestyle approach that we take here. I want you to understand that when you're neurologically focused chiropractic care, it's not based on symptoms. It's based on function. Now, the good news is if your body functions well, you feel well. So we kind of get to the I want to feel good part. 100%, never off the table. But we are looking at function, we're looking at cause, we're looking at why you got to where you are and how to get you out of it. So even though it might sound like a lot of information, I promise you, I've been doing this for decades. I can get you there. I can help you understand. And then on top of that, each visit, we have short conversations about the why and the cause and what's going on with you. So we kind of continue the education as we go forward so that you can really find a true healthy lifestyle for your vitality. And I want you to know, it's really important to me, that when you get to your golden years, that they are truly golden. So I not only am impatient, I'm not only very analytical, and I'm not only very, very encouraging, but I think way down the road, much further than you would think down the road on health and vitality. It's my job to kind of help you, to coach you into that health and vitality in your future.